Welcome back to Anything You Want. If you love discovering the most unforgettable moments in Turkish dramas and following the emotional journeys of your favorite stars, don't forget to subscribe, hit the join button for exclusive behind-the-scenes content, and of course, leave a like and comment to share your thoughts. Today's story takes us to one of the most haunting yet beautiful scenes recently broadcast, a moment that has left audiences speechless. The latest installment of the series starring Semra Arda and Gökberk Yildirim delivered an episode so intense that fans described it as a punch to the heart. At the center of the storm was a morgue scene, a sequence that intertwined loss, silence, and fragile human connection. What could have been a grim moment instead became one of the most unforgettable demonstrations of empathy and support on screen. The narrative setup was devastating. Gökberk's character, shattered by the news of a painful personal loss, found himself walking through the cold, sterile corridors of the morgue. The flickering white lights above cast long shadows, amplifying the atmosphere of loneliness. His trembling hands, his halting steps, and the subtle quiver in his breath painted the portrait of a man breaking under the weight of grief. For many viewers, this was the first time his character had been shown so utterly vulnerable. Just as despair threatened to consume him, Semra Arda entered the scene. Her arrival was quiet, almost invisible, yet charged with immense significance. Without unnecessary dialogue, she placed herself beside him, not only as a companion but as a source of emotional strength. Her gaze locked with his, her hand brushed gently against his arm, and with every gesture, she silently conveyed, "You are not alone in this." Quick break. If you're moved by this kind of storytelling, don't forget to subscribe to Anything You Want. And if you'd like to support our work more directly, tapping the join button gives you access to extra perks while helping us bring you even more detailed stories from the entertainment world. What elevated the moment beyond a scripted scene was the meticulous attention to detail by the production team. Close-up shots captured the glisten of unshed tears in Gökberk's eyes. Medium frames emphasized the stabilizing presence of Semra beside him. The sound design was restrained, subtle echoes of footsteps, the distant hum of medical equipment, and a faint, melancholic score that underscored the gravity of the moment without overwhelming it. Every element combined to transform a morgue, usually associated with emptiness and silence, into a space filled with humanity and connection. Fans flooded social media within minutes of the broadcast. On Twitter, hashtags like #SemraSupport, #GökberkScene, and #MorgueMoment trended for hours. Comments praised Semra's portrayal as the perfect balance between strength and tenderness. One viewer wrote, "She didn't need long speeches, her eyes said everything." Another posted, "A morgue scene turned into something alive and comforting. That's real acting." The intensity of the audience reaction also sparked broader discussions. Some fans debated whether the series had reached a new artistic peak, while others analyzed the scene as a symbolic representation of resilience, that even in the darkest rooms of life, a single supportive presence can restore meaning. Behind the scenes, sources revealed that both actors had rehearsed extensively to achieve such authenticity. The director reportedly insisted on multiple takes focusing solely on breathing patterns, eye contact, and timing of gestures. Gökberk Yildirim admitted in a backstage interview that this was one of the most emotionally draining scenes he had ever performed, confessing that he carried the weight of the role home with him that night. Semra Arda, for her part, explained that her challenge was to convey maximum emotion with minimum words, a task she described as both difficult and profoundly rewarding. By midweek, Critics hailed the morgue scene as a turning point in the series. Some even suggested it could go down in Turkish television history as one of the most iconic dramatic moments of the decade. Articles in major entertainment outlets praised the chemistry between Semra and Gökberk, noting how their synchronization gave viewers the sense they were witnessing a private moment rather than a scripted one. But beyond the artistry, the scene carried narrative significance. It cemented the unspoken bond between the two characters, proving that their connection was not built on dramatic declarations or grand gestures, but on silent presence in the moments that matter most. In the storyline, it marked a pivot from despair to resilience, subtly preparing the ground for future developments in their relationship. Online fan groups have already begun crafting theories about where the series might head next. Will this shared moment in the morgue be the catalyst for deeper intimacy between the characters? Or will it remain a fleeting reminder of how human closeness is most powerful in tragedy? Forums are filled with speculation, and some fans even call for a spin-off centered solely on these two characters. Before we continue, a quick reminder from Anything You Want. If you haven't yet, click subscribe to never miss an update, and tap the join button if you'd like to support us directly. We also love reading your comments. Tell us how this scene made you feel. Did you cry, reflect, or admire the artistry? Your voices make our community stronger. The magic of this moment is also a testament to the growing influence of Turkish series worldwide. International audiences, watching through streaming platforms, echoed the same emotional responses as local fans. Comments in Spanish, Italian, and Arabic highlighted the universality of grief and support, proving that such a deeply human scene transcends cultural boundaries. Cinematically, the morgue sequence was constructed almost like a short film within the episode. The deliberate pacing, the choreography of small gestures, the deliberate silences, all built to a crescendo where the audience held their breath. As Gökberk finally allowed his tears to fall, with Semra by his side, many viewers confessed online that they too cried along, as if sharing in his fictional grief. What remains clear is that Semra Arda and Gökberk Yildirim have reached a new level in their artistic partnership. Their ability to embody vulnerability and strength simultaneously not only won over fans but also impressed industry professionals. Directors and producers are already rumored to be considering new projects that could reunite the pair outside of this current series, capitalizing on their undeniable on-screen chemistry. In conclusion, Semra's silent yet unwavering support for Gökberk in the morgue scene was more than just a scripted moment, it was a reminder of the power of presence. It showed that strength is not always loud, and comfort does not always need words. For the audience, it was both a mirror of their own experiences with grief and a beacon of hope that even in the coldest rooms, compassion can create warmth. So now we ask you, did this scene move you as much as it moved us? Do you think this emotional bond between Semra and Gökberk will define the future of the series? Share your thoughts in the comments, we can't wait to hear from you. And as always, thank you for watching Anything You Want. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the join button for exclusive extras. Stay tuned, because in the world of drama, the next unforgettable scene is always just around the corner.